We're going to change the program just a little bit right now. Harlan Bragg is coming. We have some presentations to be made. Harlan is coming to make the first one.
Adjust. If I don't look or sound or act like Representative Paul Jakes, it's no accident because I'm not Paul Jakes, but for the grace of God. And I'm going to tell Paul that I said that because he stopped by the house yesterday afternoon and asked me if I would make this presentation to Pastor and Mrs. Hickam on his behalf. And if you'd please come forward, I'd like to present this to you. Over the years, Pastor has had many run-ins with the state of Maine and different divisions of the political bureaus down there, and I was sitting back there and wondering, but I wasn't quite, I didn't feel I should do it. I thought I might get up and say, I have a little something here from the Department of Environmental Protection. I'm sure that would have spoiled the whole evening, right? So I didn't do that. But I would like to just read this to you, if I can get enough eyes on here to see it. This is what is known as a legislative sentiment, and I have to say from my experience that it's one of the greatest joys that a legislator has, to present these people to worthy people in their districts. And this is Paul Jakes' legislative district, so that's why he's the sponsor of this. But let me read what this says inside here. State of Maine, be it known to all that we, the members of the Senate and House of Representatives, join in recognizing Dr. Wilson V. Wilson Hickam, and they should have added Nita Hickam in there, but they didn't, of Waterville, for 25 years of outstanding service to Calvary Temple Church and school and the surrounding community. And be it ordered that this official expression of sentiment be sent forthwith on behalf of the legislature and the people of the state of Maine. And it is sponsored by Representative Paul Jakes and co-sponsored by Senator Judy Caney, Representative Ruth Joseph, and Representative Thomas Poulin. And with pleasure, I present this to you. You've earned it. Thank you. God bless you.
The DEP presentation will be later, Pastor. Paul Dibden is coming now with a presentation for the Hickams. And along with this presentation is Paul's sister, Jane Dibden Swab. There she comes. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce her. I thought that was separate.
Oh, thank you. I would like to just add a little extra perspective that hasn't been shared here tonight, because I'm your sort of in and out guest since 1976, and this is the first time, in fact, this year that this church has been my home church. And I'm a young pastor who's only pastored for 2 years, and I would just like to really affirm Pastor Hickam and his wife and family for having a stable and moral ministry that has had endurance and long-suffering and all the fruits of the Spirit in the state of Maine, in New England, for all this time, and there's been no major scandal that's made you have to depart or anything like that. And I just respect that so much. You are such an example to me and to all of us. It's really, thank you for that. And I had to share that. Let's clap for it. We need more clergy like you, and we always need more examples for young pastors like me. Jackie mentioned she was in charge of the program, and the Lord just kind of popped it into my spirit that it might be special to either do a historical book or some kind of video as my gift. And it worked out time-wise that the best thing to do was an interview on video. So my presentation is an interview that we did with Brendan Michael Nyman around Thanksgiving, which is 17 minutes, and an hour-long presentation, an hour-long interview with Pastor Anita Hickam in their living room, which we did just a few nights ago, and I have 4 copies for them. And I'd like to announce that at tomorrow night's service at 6 o'clock, the 17 and 1 hour long interviews will be shown as part of the 6 p.m. service. So if you want a chance to view it, as part of the church family. And then if you want a copy yourself, you could see perhaps one of us Dibdins, and we could take care of that ourselves. But it was a joy to do the interview together. They do some sharing and just share their heart and vision and talk about some of how they met, and it's kind of a slightly different tack. And so here's my presentation, your interview. Thank you.
This videotape here is the tape that I harangued many of you about for several weeks to come and do your part in, and a lot of you did, and we appreciate that. This represents sort of a goodbye from many of us to the Hickams, and we pulled people into the conference room after church for 4 weeks, and it's beautiful. It's very, very nice, and I believe it's going to be a blessing to the Hickams. Some people get up there and tell jokes, and some people sang songs, and some people cried, but it was very nice to see a lot of the families of the church get together and stand together oftentimes as big families, especially the Cheeseman family. It's hard to get them all in one shot, And but it was beautiful to see how many families there are in this church, and as you look at the different families, realizing that not only the children have been touched, but also the adults as well, and the many different ages of people, including grandparents in some cases, who all have been touched through the Hickams ministry. So this also is another gift from all of us to the Hickams. So God bless you.